Good evening, everybody. Back to F1 TS Hub. We are here in Austria. It looks to be pretty dry to me for the round 9 podium tier. Always at 7 PM on a Friday night, along the Odems. Welcome, Odems.
I'm happy to grace you all with my presence.
It's only a 12-minute qualifying session again. Of course, we're running short qualifying session in the meantime, whilst full qualifying isn't working. But these drivers have 12 minutes, probably one of the least tense qualifying sessions in terms of having to get out and get some laps in. Obviously, it's the shortest track on the calendar, Odin's, with only 8 laps, I believe.
Excuse me?
I said it's the shortest calendar on the track with only 8 corners. Did I say laps?
Shortest calendar on the track. Yeah, you did say laps. I was really confused. You also just said the shortest calendar on the track. So.
Well, there you go. I'll go and wake myself up. But meanwhile, we've already got a few drivers heading out on tracks. Techno Thriller going out on the super soft tire. We saw last week in Baku that he went out on the hardest tire available, and it caused a collision between himself and Kian, which the stewards later found to just be a racing incident or a qualifying incident, however you want to put it. But Odems, the championship got a little bit more exciting last week with Stifler joining the podium tier, and also Lemaine getting another win this season, the third of this season, I believe.
Yep, it's third. I think he's won the most races as it is, I believe. And Techno and Ian are both on 2. Yeah. So he's definitely he's still third though. By the way, he's won the most races, but he's in third place. Ian leads by a small gap to Techno. It's really hotting up the championship, and I can't wait to see how it ends. I'm interested though with Stifler because he said that he's gonna hope that he can nail down 4th place, so he could become a dark horse in this title race, depending on where he finishes.
Yeah, definitely a lot of points available. We're only at round 9 out of round 20, I believe. So long way to go. Riding on board with Matt Your Daddy, he looks set to be the first driver to cross the line. It's either going to be him or Jamie, who definitely needs to put in a good solid race this week to get his point scoring haul back on track. But the Ferrari driver being the only Ferrari in today's race, we're missing the defending champion Luke, also the Red Bull of Josh, and the Toro Rosso of Tejois. So we'll wait to see what happened to them. Emphatix, we're hearing, is going to join us, which will bring us back up to 18, which is our record for the podium tier so far this season. Odems, we've now got Lemaine on the super soft tire, but what's the key to that as we see Matt going very wide?
This track, it kind of dares you to attack it, and it can just ruin the lap in a number of ways. You can invalidate on a corner, or you can, as Matt Your Daddy, just don't lose the back end on the curb. This track really pushes you. I'm thrilling myself to set a very quick time in a qualifying session. You just need to find the balance between making sure you get a lap and then going quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, going quickly always helps whether it's qualifying or the race, Odems, but we got double DRS zone. I know what you mean. Double DRS zone here, of course, so lots of overtaking. Definitely a track where we see plenty of action, and the tyres available are the ultra soft, the super soft, and the soft tyre, I believe. What strategy are we going to be looking at for the drivers in the podium tier today?
One stop is the favorite strategy, but it's not very straightforward because some drivers might just not have the tyre wear coat, and they might opt for a 2-stop. So yeah, we won't have the same strategy throughout the field for sure.
So it appears Lukey is in the session, so he managed to join just before we started this, so we do have both Ferrari drivers in this race. The defending champion, of course, in the Ferrari this season, himself comes into the pits, as does Matt Your Daddy, so both have yet to set a lap time. Lemaine, meanwhile, is having a long outlap, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, so we'll wait for him to start his first flyer. He's starting on the super soft tyre, so this will be interesting to see what sort of time he can do. We can already see that the top 11 drivers are on the ultra soft. Only Techno Thriller in 12th has set a time on the super so far, and then we have 5 or 6 drivers who have yet to complete a lap time. Just under 7 minutes left, Odense.
Yeah, so I think we all know what Lemaine's doing. He should be confirmed for a one-stop. He does like to start in the super softs. He's done that before. Not super soft, on the second hardest tire. He's done that before. So he's going to have a slight advantage in the race because the ultras do go off quite quickly. But it's interesting to see that Razor is in third place. He's looking pretty quickly. I know his teammate Jonas has bigged up his pace. So it'll be interesting to see which one of the McLarens can get the better of each other. Also, Bookster in the chat said rain. So that might be after.
Yeah, I'm just hearing that on. I'm just hearing that from Jonas on the live stream. Welcome to everybody watching on the live stream. By the way, glad you can join us on this Friday night. It is apparently going to rain 10 to 20 minutes after the start of the race. So what will that mean for some of these drivers when they get into that sort of time? What tire will they now pick? Those who have started on the Ultra Softs obviously won't be able to improve on the Super Soft unless they didn't get everything out of their lap. But it'll be interesting to see how long these drivers are going to take their starting tires, and how much of advantage will that play into those who start from 11th down.
They can get to the rain period efficiently, I would say, because they have a free reign of what tire they want to use. So starting down is a bonus in that regard, but then again, you're in the middle of the pack and you really don't want to be there.
Yeah, speaking of the middle of the pack, we're in the middle sector with the Bugster now. He's just completed sector 2. It's looked quite tidy so far. Nice steady lap on these super soft tires. So we'll continue on board with the Force India and see exactly what he's able to achieve as he comes to the final 2 corners of this Austria track. Right in the middle of the forest we are, and he gets the DRS open, straightens the car. It's going to be enough for 9th place. So let's just quickly run down the order. We've got Kian, who has just pipped Stifler. Those two on the front row are separated by under half a tenth, a quarter of a tenth to be exact, of a second. We've got Duello just behind in 3rd. Razor, as you mentioned, doing a good job in 4th position. Kev just behind half a second from pole. Techno Thriller yet to set a time on the quickest tyre. He's in 6th. Spider Atlas is 8th. The Bugster is in 9th. Lemaine is in 10th on those super softs. Greenfin is in 11th. Craig, our pole sitter last week out in Baku, is in currently 12th position. We've got Ols in 13th. Jonas in 14th. Gaza, who's racing his first league race on a wheel tonight, in 15th place. And then the 2 Ferraris struggling out there because they haven't set a lap time yet, Odems. But they'll be hoping that changes very shortly as we approach just under 4 minutes left of the session.
Jonas gets a bit uneasy on the braking. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of drivers don't set a lap time, or they don't set a lap time representative of the actual pace, because the track is deceptively hard, deceptively tricky. Kia's looking good though, I have to say.
Lukey just pops into 10th, Odems, and Matt Yadeli just popped into 4th.
Yep, Kian and Jamie were both the quickest drivers here in the qualifying night, which was staged here a few weeks ago, a few months ago. So I expect those two to be up there.
Yeah, definitely, Odems. I remember you mentioning earlier in the week it'll be interesting to see how some of these drivers have improved since their qualifying night. Obviously, we do have some new additions, so they wouldn't have taken part in qualifying night, but those who did, it'll be interesting to see whether they've improved and how much, if they have done so. But yeah, all the way back in the last Friday in September, we had our exclusive qualifying night, which was pretty fun for me to commentate on, to say the least. Alright, Kian still up there with a 106.5, just under 3 minutes now. We've got a lot of drivers in the pits actually, so they're going to want to head out, max fuel it up, and see what their cars can do on the lowest fuel, the quickest run of the session.
Yeah, there comes Stifler. He's starting his lap now. I want to stay on board with him because he looks to be on the pace.
Alrighty, we'll switch over to Stifler. He is in the Renault, of course, joined from the Pinnacle tier. We expect him to be a front runner for the remainder of this season, and he's enjoying F1 TS Hub. So if you fancy joining us, head over to the website www.f1tshub.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at F1 TS Hub. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that like button. We had a few drivers join during the week, and the waiting list is now up to 5 again, I believe. So as soon as seats become available, guys, we will try and get you in. But the Renault driver really pushing that car to the limit today. Let's see what he can do.
Ooh.
Here he comes, he crosses the line. What's it going to be? Doesn't improve. He was just down, almost identical to his previous lap, but half a second down.
Up the lap, badly.
Yeah, he went a little bit wide at turn 1 there. Obviously we're running strict corner cutting, Odems. Man, yourself will have some experience with that. How is the corner cutting at this track?
It is unbelievably harsh around here. Unbelievably harsh. Even just going wide will give you a validation or treating track limits, even when it loses you time. It's really prevalent around the track limits. Very rage-inducing, I have to say. So, yeah, not the easiest track to navigate, as I've said.
Matt, your daddy, and Razart both still in the pit, so you have to say they won't get out in time to set another qualifying lap. Kev and the Bookster on their out lap. Everyone else, everyone, I'm riding on board with him now. He seems to be really pushing that Sauber to limit. The championship contender, of course, he'll be wanting a good result tonight. What can he do? Exits the final corner. He will get another lap after this, Odems. Riding on board with him, and it puts him 4th, so only improved up to 4th. Half a second he improved, though. I'd hate to take a guess who's going to be on pole position, because the top 10 are covered by under a second. Austria always is pretty close, and it looks to set to continue that way in season 10. So riding on board with Kev, he's going to look to improve. Stifler just crossed the line. He hasn't improved. Dweller has retired from the session. Matt, your daddy.
Dweller and Lamine have both crashed. I don't know what happened there, but Dweller's out of the race and Lamine is facing the wrong way.
I have no idea what's happened. Lamine only in 12th position, of course. That is not going to help his championship chances. So he's perhaps just waiting for these guys to go through. But yellow flags in Sector 3 as we see Spider Atlas improve up to 6th position. Kian still is on provisional pole at the moment. Can anyone stop the Williams driver? His teammate down in 8th is still on a flying lap.
Techno's off. Techno's off completely. Yeah, last corner he just bunny hopped the curb. And that's his session over.
It is indeed. He is retired from the session, so the only man now on a...
Jamie's retired as well. He's in the wall completely. I don't know how he's managed that. So far from the track.
Yeah, well, gravel as well, so looks like he forgot where his brakes was. Spider is the only man who can set a time, but he is just on an in-lap. So those are your positions for qualifying, Odin. Bit of a dramatic end, but and also an anticlimax end. I didn't see any of the top 3 improve, really. Kev jumps into 4th at the last second, so a good result for Williams today.
Yeah, everyone just completely lost their marbles at the end there, just crashing out left, right, and center. Lamine's going to be furious with that. I don't know what happened, how he and Weller ended up in that situation, but yeah, that was both the climactic and anticlimactic end to this race, qualifying session rather.
Yeah, definitely. So it'll be interesting to see. There'll be some recovering drives from the back of the field or midway down, has to be said. We will give you confirmation of the grid order when it appears on our screen. But yeah, an exciting session, Odems. Kian takes pole position. Stifler lines up alongside him. Dweller in 3rd. Kevin 4th. Techno Thriller in 5th. 6th is Matt Your Daddy, 7th is Spider Atlas, 8th is Razor, 9th is Ols, 10th is Jamie, 11th is Lukey, 12th is the Bookster. Lemaine is in 13th place. We've got Gazza in 14th, Greenfin in 15th, Craig in 16th, Jonas in 17th, and Lemaine has a 5-second grid penalty for that collision with Techno Thriller. So he will start dead last, and Techno Thriller, he's been involved within another qualifying incident there, Odems. Last corner, I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, of the last corner, and I just bumped his car off, and he went wide and tried to come back on. Well, I say try to come back on. He was pretty much a passenger at that point, and his car went sideways, and he just completely lost it. I imagine he had time to gain as well, because he attacked the corner definitely, so he could have gone even further up the grid.
Well, as we wait for the drivers to load in, we can already see that it's looking a bit cloudy. Emphatic has joined us. That brings us up to 18 drivers for tonight's podium tier race. I don't know about you, Odems, but I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping it's going to be all clean on the first lap, but it rarely is in any league race. But these guys will give us a good show. They made it round turn 1 in Monaco without any contact, which I'm still mesmerised by. But as we count down the time, we've still got a few drivers yet to pick their setup, but this is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. Turn 1 is definitely its own killer, even compared to Monaco. Turn 1 is very tight. You don't really know your braking zone immediately. Fitting all 18 cars into that one space, it's going to be interesting. Yeah,
definitely. But well done to these podium boys for bringing out such a good attendance once again at F1 TS Hub. We have the Pinnacle tier later on tonight at 9 PM, where the quickest 20 drivers at F1 TS Hub go head to head around this same track. But for now, let's focus on these next 36 laps. If you see a DSQ, it's only from the formation lap, a very short formation lap, of course, as we're seeing a little bit of lag from Kian there at the front of the pack. But I expect these drivers to stay within a second of each other, given the DRS zone here. Obviously, slipstream not as strong, but they're going to be following each other closely around this track. And I'm looking forward to some braking maneuvers, some good defensive driving. And Odems, I don't guess you'd pick a winner now because you'd probably be wrong.
Yeah, I probably will be wrong, but I'm going to say Dweller. Why not?
Dweller, so there you go. Currently lining up in 3rd position. Let's ride on board with him in the Sauber. So he will be looking to make Odems' prediction come true, but it's going to be a tough one. The two starting on the front row, they have unfinished business. They both finished in the podium in Baku. So as we wait for everyone to line up, Odems' final thoughts?
I really don't know what to make of this race. There's so many things that could go wrong, so many things that could go right. It's probably going to be a lot of overtakes, and there's probably going to be a lot of crashes. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a safety car or two.
Well, there you go, safety car or two. Let's find out. We're waiting for the 5 red lights to come on. Lemaine at the back of the field, last week's winner. The 5 red lights are on. We're waiting for them to come off. And they're off. The Williams had a little bit of lag there, it looked like. The Renault gets off the line, but he's immediately attacked by the other Williams and the Sauber. Kev goes down the inside of the Renault. It forces Dweller wide. He's slotted into 2nd position. Let's see whether he's able to keep that on the run down to the corner. 4 almost side by side. These guys need to be careful. The 2 Saubers, the Renault and the Williams there.
Yeah, Dweller, I think you have to get the position back. As technically a drive clean around the outside of Kev. I think Dweller had to give the position back because he went around the track to get stiffer, but Kian's absolutely loving that. He's getting 1.2 seconds already. As Kev goes down the inside of Peninsula once again.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit of lag on my screen, but don't seem to be too many position changes. We're not seeing any big followers or big gainers. The top 3 remain as they are, but Odem's a bit ambitious there by Kev, which ended up costing him a position.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. As Mario Daddy just drives round the outside of Spider Office. Sorry. It's a great move from him. Now Razor looks down the inside. Yeah, Kev, he lost the position to Technically. He tried zealously to get it back, but didn't pay off, and now he's looking to play catch.
So Lemaine, meanwhile, is only up a position, currently in 17th place. He's trying to keep it clean. You have to say, Odems, it's been a pretty clean first lap from these guys. I haven't seen any incidents, and they should be extremely proud of that.
I was looking at the broadcast view, and I was looking back towards the grid, and nothing happened. It's a great start from everyone involved.
Here goes Jonas on the Bookster. Is he going to try down the inside to turn 4? He makes a late lunge, but the Force India gives him room, goes wide. Now Lemaine's going to try and get the both of them here. What can the Mercedes do down on Jonas? Loses a position after trying to gain one. I'm riding on board with the Mercedes, and it is looking extremely cloudy up above, so we're going to wait for this rain and see when it comes. Two Sauber drivers now, as one of them gets out of shape.
Yep, he's gone. He's completely gone. Technotrail, I think that was. Yeah, he's on the gravel. That's awful for him. Not only are his tires ruined, but he's down in 15th place. I was looking on board with Dweller, and he was so close to the back of Sister. I thought it was he who had that spin, but it was Technotrail. And yeah, as I was about to say before Technotrail did that, Dweller's looking very feisty on the back of Sister.
Yeah, so Lemaine's now lining up his championship rival, Techno Thriller, both of them now near the back end of the grid. Jonas lost out from that. He had to take avoiding action, went wide at the penultimate corner, and that's put him back to 18th place, but I'm sure he'll be willing to fight back. Kev's now, of course, back up to the position he started in 4th. Spider Atlas is currently in 5th. He's up 2 positions. Good start from the Renault driver there, and you have to say he's looking pretty good for the Renault team. 2 in the top 5, 2 Williams in the top 5, and then a Sol Sauber who is all over the back of Stifler. What's going to happen here? Where's the best place to do an overtake here, Odems?
I would imagine the best place would be the second DRS zone, because not only do you have a sequence of corners that you have all the time in the world to get away from, but actually that's the only reason why.
So here we are, of course, penalty. Oh, and the Renault hits the wall. No wing damage, but he loses a position. Yeah. I can't see any wing damage on that Renault. Yeah, definitely pressure at his max. There you go, that's how to crack under pressure from a Sauber driver. Dweller now up to 2nd place. You said he was looking feisty. He didn't have to do too much to get the position there. That last corner is tricky. We've seen a couple incidents in qualifying, and now Stifler losing it on lap 4. We're already in lap 4. The laps go so quickly here. We have 36 in total. And we know there's rain coming, but when will it come? Matt Your Daddy is over Spider Atlas. He's got DRS open. Another close battle. Jamie on Razor. Is he going to try down the inside? Nope. The champion behind is Lukey in 9th position.
Into the corner, and Jazzman just said thank you very much. The position, and he's on the super soft tire, so he's in a very good position. I believe he's the highest super soft runner. No, he isn't. Lukey is.
Lukey is. And just to mention, no one has made a pit stop, so all these drivers, they have kept it clean, and is looking extremely dark in that shot, as we are watching Gaza in 10th position now in the points. Emphatic all over the back of Ols. He is in the Toro Rosso, but he's actually in the Force India. He gets a little bit of a tank slapper. We've got Craig just behind, also on the Supers, and the Bookster on the Supers just behind, so they're both in DRS. Jonas has got past the Greenfin, or he's had an incident, one or t'other, but here comes Emphatic. He's going to attack Ols down into turn 2. Odems, talk us through this one.
Yeah, he's going to need to nail his braking point just at the 100-meter board. He gets it. Does he get it stopped? He does. Ols is under pressure from Craig as well, who gets the job done too. And now Ols is being overtaken by the Bookster, Emphatic's teammate. So Ols is just dropping like a fly down the order. And he has Technotrail behind him as well. So, yeah, not a good start for Ols, as Dweller, I believe, is actually closing in ever so slightly on the team.
So 2.3 second, Kian now leads this field of cards, which are all tightly packed, you have to say. We've still got some action at the back, as Ols is defending from the Bookster, and Techno Thriller now, who him and Lemaine are 15th and 16th position. We've got yellow flags in Sector 3. Techno Thriller's retired from the session. What's happened? He's binned it out him through the S's.
Yeah. His tires must have been cooked after that first spin. And after that spin on his qualifying lap, the fact that he set 2 laps on those qualifying laps, he wasn't looking very quick, and he's paid the ultimate price. He's now in the wall.
So there you have it, your championship 2nd place contender is out of this race. He is our first retiree, and Kian, I'm sure, will be smiling. Stifler will be smiling. Lemaine will be smiling a little bit more, as he is now on the soft tyre. Let's have a quick check, see if anyone has stopped. No, they haven't. So Lemaine is starting on the soft tyre, the only driver to do so. He'll be looking to go extremely long in this race, but we won't mind watching that progress as Stifler closes in on Dweller 0.6 of a second now. We've also got Razor under a second to Matt Your Daddy. Gazaman closing in on Jamie. Jamie closing in on Lukey. It's all getting pretty exciting.
It is. There's a battle wherever you look. There's someone closing in on the back of someone, and no one's safe from making a mistake. And as I say that, Lukey's gone very wide. goes ultra defensive to try and block Jamie. Jamie goes down the outside. I don't recommend doing that around here. Will he make it stick? He will not. Luki forces him wide, and now the Red Bull of Gazaman is going to take that position. He might even take two because Luki's not looking very quick going down this straight. Pulls it out of the slipstream. Will he do it? Nope. Luki keeps his position. Tactics now. Wow.
Just to quickly mention, Adams, Lemaine was ghosting when I ride on board with him, so I'm not too sure exactly what's happened to his car, whether he's in it, but look at all these DRS flaps open, the two Toro Rossos breaking down.
Oh my god.
Craig just behind, he's just gained a position past Jamie, so Jamie dropping further down the field. He started this lap in 8th position, or 9th position. He's now currently in 12th, so that's how you lose a few positions from one small mistake. Went wide at turn 1. You have to say it was never going to work around the outside, Odems.
I'll tell you what. Dweller's catching Kian, and Stifler's catching Dweller. So I don't even know who's the quickest around here. Everyone just seems so wildly inconsistent. Well, I say that now, the gap has gone back to 2.2. It was 1.8 at one point. So yeah, it's looking crazy. I really don't know who's quickest. It's all going to be down to consistency around this track. Now the fact is on the back of Dazaman.
Yeah, Dweller gets a little bit out of shape there on the exit of turn 2, I believe. So now he's got DRS, does Stifler, the Renault drive. Is he going to sling it down the inside? He thinks about it, has a little look, and then decides better of it. Lemaine is back in his car, just to let everyone know. So he is still racing as... Oh! Stifler's off. Can he keep it out the wall? No, he breaks his front wing. Breaks his front wing. I'm not sure what happened there. He just got poor traction onto the inside grass, back onto the outside grass and into the gravel. A very strange incident, to say the least. He's dropped all the way down to 13th. It's raining, boys. It's raining indeed.
Yeah, that's a really weird place to lose it. I don't know how he's done that, but his tires are going to be cooked, and the rain period is coming. I'm not sure if he can make it, you know, because he's had that spin. Now his tires have gravel on them and they're overheating. Yeah, it's all gone from bad to worse, along with that front wing damage. So, what lap are we on now? 8?
8, and we got Lukey attacking Razart. So Razart in 6th position, goes a little bit deep. Lukey's going to be here. It's going to be the McLaren Honda versus the Ferrari. Lukey's going to have the inside corner. Yeah, former teammates, of course. So here they go down to the inside of turn 2. Can Lukey get this move done? The super soft tires versus the ultra soft. Razart's going to try the cutback. Lukey's going to keep his DRS. You have to say this is pretty much job done. Lukey's going to hold the inside as long as he makes his braking point, which isn't easy in these conditions. This will be job done, to say the least. Further down the order, Emphatic is getting attacked by Gazaman. So what's going to happen here? This rain is coming down pretty heavy. We've already got Stifler and Greenfin pitted for the Inters.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too early for that. We're on lap 9, so I imagine the ultra soft runners might just make it to the end, make it to the Inter period. It'll be close. Actually, we're starting lap 10 now. I really don't know. Looks like the Bookster is coming. No, he's not coming to the Bookster, is he? No, he's not. Yeah, so the super soft runners are going to be in a great position right now. They'll comfortably make it to the intermediate period. But the ultra soft, they're going to be close. They're going to be very close.
So here we are. We have got Jonas attacking Alls into turn 1. He switches back to the outside, thinks better off it. Techno Thriller's left the session. He will have to be scratching his head after tonight's race. But hopefully he joins us on the stream and lets us know exactly what happened there. Yellow flags in sector 2, so someone's had a bit of a merry-go-round. Greenfin passes Stifler. So Stifler isn't on the Inters according to his graphics, or did he just switch? So he's switching back and forth, so he just gets out of the way, gets in the way slightly of the leader. Has he had another incident here, Odems, or what's going on with his car? Because he was lighting up the timing screens earlier in the race in 2nd place, and now he's struggling to keep it on the track.
He's definitely on Inters. I imagine he's definitely on Inters, that's why he's struggling. Or is he setting everyone past? But I think he is on Inters, but the graphic is just saying otherwise. We have a yellow flag. That looks like Matt, your daddy. He was in 4th place or 5th place, wasn't he? And Jonas as well. They're both backwards. Wow, I don't know what's happened there, but it's a calamity for both of them.
So that fast left right hander Odems is proving tricky in these conditions. The track looks really greasy, and to me when it's greasy it's always difficult to keep the tire temperatures up and to feel that grip. It can just suddenly slide away from you. As Matt Your Daddy is coming into the pits, we've got Green Finn on the intermediate tyres, we've got Stifler who we believe's on the intermediate tyres. Just behind, Kian leads this race 3.2 seconds ahead of Dweller. His teammate is in third. Spider Atlas up to fourth, under attack from Lukey though, who's making a march.
Look at ninth place to I think fourth place. They're all so close to each other. It's ridiculous. I don't think we've had a lap without an overtake around this track so far. Slipper, that's it, getting out of the way very well.
Yeah, definitely Razor under attack from Gazaman now. So as you said, these super soft runners really feeling the benefits of those tyres. We've got a lovely shot here at the back of the McLaren Honda of Razor. He's under attack from Gaza. Craig's having a good race. Craig now gets down the inside of Gaza, who goes wide at the penultimate corner. So opportunistic driving there from the Mercedes driver. But is Gaza going to get back the position now? Yeah, he has. Gaza's got the traction. He's got the position back, and Craig remains behind in ninth place. This is getting pretty exciting. Here comes Emphatic attacking Spider Atlas.
I genuinely do not know what to watch. My daddy went on to the Inters. Jonas went on to the Super Soft.
Razor hits. Razor hits. Spider Atlas sends him backwards down the order. Meanwhile, Emphatic hit him as well. Emphatic's got wing damage. He couldn't slow the car down in time, so he has wing damage in 5th position. This moves Craig up to 6th now, and he is going to be all over the back of that Toro Rosso driver. What a masterclass of how to fight your way through the field and pick the right balance. He's going to try. Can he make this stick, Odems?
I have no idea what's going on. It looks like he's going to make it stick. In fact, that front wing damage has nothing to answer. And Gasman's looking good as well. Down the inside, Kev's off.
Kev's off.
Oh no.
He's lost the front wing now.
Yep, he's off again. Oh my god. I was about to say, he was right on the back of Dweller. It's all kicked off. I have no idea what I should be looking at right now. It looks like he's probably getting lapped again.
Dweller and Lukey come into the pits now. Craig's now up to 2nd position. It's pretty hard to follow, as you mentioned, Odems. Jonas is in 13th, Oz is in 14th. Matt Your Daddy is out there in on the intermediate tyres. Greenfin and Stifler still not making the most of those tyres. Craig now is 15 seconds behind. Emphatic's in 3rd position, so he started in 18th place, Odems, last on the grid.
Yeah, we've been watching him battle his way throughout the grid, and he's done a fantastic job, must be said, as there's yellow flags again. I imagine that's just someone getting out of the way.
Stifler's retired from the session. He's retired in the pits, so he's had enough, in for a front wing change. So well done to him for retiring in the pits. Unlucky as well, he was having such a good race and it just went from bad to worse. We'll wait for confirmation exactly what happened. These drivers are coming in now. What is Keane going to do? He is leading this race unchallenged at the moment. Is he going to come into the pits now and set a set of inters? He does indeed. Let's make sure he keeps this tidy. Slows it down for the line. It's difficult in these conditions. I think he just got there in time. So he now comes into the pits. What is Craig going to do? Craig stays out. Emphatic stays out. Gaza stays out. The Bookster stays out.
I reckon it's not time yet, but the ultra soft runners have to pit.
Spider Atlas comes in, Razor back up to 6th position. Keen's dropping down, fitting those intermediates. Jamie now back up to 8th position, going wide at the last corner. He's got dirty tyres. Here comes Dweller going back through on his intermediate. So will he get the undercut? Let's quickly ride on board. There comes Razor out the pits. Now Kian comes out the pits, so Dweller is only a little bit behind. Kian's got to get past Razor now on these ultra soft tyres. We're going to see exactly what is quicker and what isn't. Razor goes wide, the top 4, he comes back at him now.
Yeah, Kev is off again. I really don't know. It looks like did Kian just Lemaine just overtake Kian, or
Lemaine just overtook Kian. Lemaine just overtook Kian.
So it looks like it's still not time. It looks like it's still just about not time. Surely it's time. The rain is pouring down hard. But I think the slick runners are just about in it right now.
Yeah, Lemaine's going to try and go around the inside of Razor as someone's sliding off there. Who was that? That was Gaza. Gaza has slidden off. He's got to get back. No, he's sliding. He's in the wall. He's lost his front wing. My goodness, Odems. I don't know how to... I'm not going to be able to commentate for the Pinnacle tier tonight. This is all too much. But Razor is now up to 5th position because of that. Gaza still can't get the car going. He needs to put the fuel down into lean. That'll help to start with. But here now comes... He's just been passed by Green Finn, who must be a lap down because he has moved up a position. So not a good day for Haas. Emphatic leads this race from starting last on the grid on these super soft tyres. He's continuing on. Le Mans is in second. He started second last. So the last row of the grid are now the first row. First and second. Amazing stuff.
Razor completely spun it down the hairpin. He's lost his front wing, so he must have hit someone. I don't know who he possibly hit, but wow. And now Jonas is going down the inside of the boxer because Jonas hit early for those super soft while Matt Daddy went onto the inters, and they're both having completely contrasting races so far. So Jonas looks like is having a great race so far. Well, great recovery at least. Emphatic's now. Is it time yet? Will he come into the pits?
The Bookster now being attacked by Lukey. Lukey is on the inters, so Emphatic stays out. We're hearing, what about Lemaine? Let us know, Odems. Meanwhile, Lukey is all over the back of Bookster, so Lemaine calls it day on those soft tyres. It looks like they've still got enough grip on those supers, but you just have to be so careful. Matty Daddy gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Here comes Lukey now. Let's follow through these final 2 corners on board. He has to be so careful. It seems so tricky. Bookster stays out. You have to say Lukey's gaining now. So is it time for the inters? Is it finally time for these wet tyres?
Patrick's left it a lap too late, I'm afraid. It's definitely time. Kian is down the inside of his teammate is being lapped. That's a shame. As Lukey's now on the back of his order of the race is completely just flipped on his head in like 2 laps.
Yes, it's pretty hard to follow. Yeah, Ol's got a penalty there. He couldn't get it slowed down. And particularly, Keen isn't gaining, Odems. 14.2 seconds, 14.1. He's not gaining that much.
Just went down the inside of his own teammate. I don't know what happened there, but Craig kept the dive bomb his own teammate and he's a lap down.
So
a lot of time and Dweller's right there now.
Yeah, Kian has gained. Lost time to Emphatic. So Emphatic now is surely going to come into the pits. He does indeed. So our race leader starting last. Oh, can he get it slowed down? He's half on the grass. He just does get it slowed down. So well done to him. Lemaine is now down in 7th place. So we have a new leader again of Kian. Dweller behind gets a 3-second time penalty. These boys are going to battle it out. Craig up to 4th position on the inters. He's a big gainer from that. Let's keep an eye. Where's Emphatic's going to come out? He is exiting the pits now. Craig, is Craig going to go past? He's surely going to get... Emphatic's is there. Kev's behind, not Craig. So Kevin 12th place was on the podium and suddenly he's lapped by everyone up to 3rd. It's crazy race.
Emphatic is 3 seconds behind Kian. He's actually 3 seconds. Kian is right there. Emphatic is 3 seconds behind him. 4 seconds behind him at least. After starting last, he timed his pit stop to perfection because he's got the overcut on Craig. He's also having a great race, starting from the back. Wow, I think the field is finally stagnated on itself. There's no one within a second of each other.
Are you sure about that? We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, and Dweller is now 1.2, 1.1 behind Kian. So that looks to all change that 1 second buffer. But Odems, quickly, breathe. I need it. There we go. Back to full go. As the tank slapper from Kian. Here comes Dweller now. Is he going to get the run down into the first corner? Here we go, Odems. Talk us through this one. You're going to enjoy it.
Will he decide to go down into... Nope, he decides he's going to try it on the... He's going to cycle up for the next corner. Kian gets a good run. Will Dweller have enough straight line speed to stay with him? Kian, I think, is lagging a little bit. Alright, here, will Dweller believe that this is his only chance? Will he stick it down the inside? He chooses to stick behind him. Kian is under massive pressure right about now.
Matt, your daddy is out of this race, Odems. He's binned it just before the penultimate corner. Yeah, he's lost the right-hand side tyre. You have to say he hit the right-hand side, came back across the track, and that's why he's on the left-hand side, touching the wall. Will there be a safety car? At the moment, it just looks like yellow flags. Switch back over to Kian. He is only ahead by 0.4 of a second. Other than that, there is no one else in DRS zone. Lukey is just about getting there with a Bookster. Craig is just about getting there with Emphatix. This is amazing stuff. What a little bit of rain can do.
Yeah, a rain and a deceptively hard track is a great recipe. His dweller is just all over the back of Keane. Dweller's looking strong, I have to say, this opening stint. Not opening stint, this intermediate stint. Oh, but he gets a bit of a tank stopper there. When you get it slowed down, he just about does. As Keane is definitely struggling. Keane is definitely
He's not as happy on those intermediate tyres. You're exactly right. He had such a lead. I bet he didn't want this rain to come. Dweller in the Sauber is now all over the back of him. Techno Thriller, I'm sure, will be willing his teammate on to get that first position. Here we go, down into turn through. They're picking their lines for the braking zone. Is Dweller going to be close enough? I don't think he is. DRS is disabled now, remember, because of the rain, so if he wants to get this job done, he's got better traction now. Is he going to do it into turn 5? He's thinking about the inside. Here he comes. Oh, the 2 for the race lead comes down the inside. Bang wheels. Is Kian going to get the better exit? It looks to be that way. Dweller's going to have the inside line for these fast left right-handers, and Kian just backs out of it. He just doesn't have the grip and the confidence in that car, Odems.
Dweller takes the lead. Me and my prediction is coming through. This has been a great opening start to the race. It's Craig now is on the back of the Patrick's. I do not know what to make of this. Kian, who was looking so comfortable, is now at the mercy of Dweller. And now Craig and in Patrick's, people who are at the back of the grid are not squabbling for 3rd place.
It's amazing scenes here at round 9 in Austria, in the middle of the forest, Spielberg. We are with the podium tier, and Craig is sizing up 3rd place Emphatic, who's played a brilliant strategy to get himself in that position. Then you've got Lukey just a second behind the Bookster.
Oh, Craig, he broke so late. I don't think he meant to. Emphatic maybe broke a bit too early, but Craig, he went to the side of Emphatic somehow, none of them.
Switch over to Lemaine. We got Lemaine versus Lukey, the 2 L's. What can Lemaine do down into the inside of turn 4? He thinks better of it. Perhaps he's going to try and get the better traction. Lukey goes a little bit deep. What can Lemaine do in that Mercedes? We know it's got good traction. Lukey seems to pull away slightly there. Is Lemaine going to be able to sling it down the inside like Dweller did? I don't think so, Odems, but you have to say this battle's going to continue.
Yeah, and Craig and Patrick's battle is going to continue as well, because those two they've been neck and neck with each other the entirety of this race. Craig surely has the advantage with Patrick's. Oh, when he's picking down the inside, he does it. Finally gives him the space. That's great from these two. But in fact, it's still about keeps the position as the lap car's head is just chilling and watching the back of this. Ooh.
Oh, Craig goes deep into the ultimate corner. It looks so slippery out there, Odems. Do you think we're going to get to wet weather tyres?
I don't want to know. I would not like to be out there, let's just say that. It looks treacherous out there. The lap car. Are you making a move on Craig? I would not recommend it. Yeah, he chooses not to. Good man.
He goes wide at turn 1 because he thought about that a little too long. Okay, Lemaine is going to try again on Lukey. Doesn't seem to be able to get the traction on the exits of the corner at the moment. But Greenfin is closing in on Spider Atlas, who you have to say has had such a good race up until it started raining. Okay, Lukey goes wide and off the track. Said he's going to get better traction. Bye-bye, Lukey. The Ferrari, the defending champion, is now in 7th place. Lemaine, who started in 18th place, is now up to 6th position. So, well done to him. Well done to Emphatic. Well done to all these drivers. This is amazing stuff, Odems.
This is you keep saying this, but this race it just does not cease to amaze me. I do not know how it's going to end, because he is only 8 tenths behind Dweller. Oh, so we have Jonas has spun around, and now he's I think he lost position. No, he didn't. Yeah, I don't think he lost any positions. He's in 9th, just ahead of his teammate. But yeah, now Lemaine is chasing down the Bookster.
Kev gets out the way of these two politely. So yeah, that's pretty nice of him. But look at the extra speed this pace of the Mercedes has on this Force India. Bookster doing another solid job, though. He can't take anything away from his drive today. We're on lap 22 out of 36. We've got another 14 to go in this podium tier race. Here comes Lemaine. He gets a better exit. Orleans turn 2 seems to be just a lineup for turn 4 at the moment.
He doesn't seem interested in using Rich Mix. I noticed this in the battle with Lukey, but there's nothing he's going into Rich Mix. Will he get a good exit? He's in first gear. goes to second quite late. It looks like the Bookster has himself got a clean exit, and he's going to retain it, at least for the time being. I don't think Lemine's car is very suited to straight line speed, but it looks very good in the corners.
Well guys, we only have Lemaine in the DRS zone at the moment, so we'll again have a little breather, but this has been such an entertaining race. I can't wait for you to have to sum up this race in the press room next Thursday on Media Day, because it's definitely going to be a long paragraph or two. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at F1TS Hub, and head over to the website where you can find our official F1TS Hub shop. We've got t-shirts, hats, and loads of merchandise with the official slogans and logos on. If you want to sign up, the page is there to do so. Join our waiting list and you can be in on some of this.
Yeah, Lemine, he got so close to the back of the Bookster, and he's so close to him now. He doesn't put it up into Rich, unless he is, and it's just not showing up. Really go down the, really try and move here, really, because these cars look so planted in these corners. Bookster defends well. Yeah, Bookster just about managing to keep it.
Yes, so we're seeing a few warnings come down under the race control in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. We won't summarise them just yet. We'll wait to the end of the race and find out exactly what they mean. But we don't need them at the moment. We're getting enough action on track as Lemaine still chases down the Bookster for 5th position. Craig, meanwhile, is back on emphatic, so we're back under half a second between these two, and they're about to resume what they started earlier. Come on, round 2, ding ding, about to begin, Odems.
Yeah, Craig really has the pace because of Empatic's front wing damage. I feel bad for him because he had such a great race. He had front wing damage through no fault of his own. If he manages to keep 3rd position, I think it's pretty easy whoever the day is. Because Dweller's pulling that gap on Key, and he is so comfortable in these positions, I have to say. But looks like Craig gets a nice tight line to the first corner, really be able to slipstream. In fact, it's puts up with the Rich Mix.
In fact, it's got a penalty there as well. Odems, 3-second penalty. So that'll be why.
How even going wide, you get a penalty. I'm very the mine's only 3 tenths behind the Bookster. It seems that without DRS, these guys just cannot overtake.
Yeah, they need to force their drivers into a mistake. Lukey's joining this battle as well for 5th position. So the defending champion. Side by side, here we go. This is turn 1. Oh, they both have contact, but they both managed to keep it going. Oh, get a little bit of a squeeze there, Razart. Jonas gave his teammate. So let's see exactly how this is going to turn out. Here we are into turn 2. Come down the inside goes Razart. It's hard to follow exactly who's who, but Razart now gets back past his teammate. Jonas gave him plenty of room there. Odems.
Here we go. Lemine's got the inside. Not a very good place to overtake. But he's just gonna keep his car there just to put Bookster off.
Odems
got a bit wide. Surely this is it.
Craig just got into. He overtook Empatic. He on the last corner. Yeah, Dweller came into the pits. As that was happening, Craig got into 3rd position. He overtook Empatic as Empatic went wide. Lemaine is now ahead. Oh my goodness! No, here we are. We've got Lukey. I'm riding on board from the back of Lemaine's car. This is going to prove pretty exciting. Can they both get it slowed down? 3 wide into turn 2. Lukey's going to get the job done, surely. He's going to just push him out wide. Now they look to be stuck together. They give each other room. Here we are into turn 4. Lemaine's going to be enjoying this one if he had chance to look behind. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Darest on the brakes. Lukey and Bookster head to head. Lukey goes deep. The Bookster gets back through. Lukey's on the curb and the position's back to the Force India. Breathe, Nick, breathe.
we deserve to breathe. This has been a completely chaotic race. There is no rest for the wicked, you could say. I don't know why Dweller pit. Maybe he just decided that he didn't want to stretch his first stint out. Yeah, Kian pits now. So Kian follows suit.
Kian follows. So these drivers are going to have to make another stop for a set of...
This is back down the inside. He's got Craig back again. I don't know how he's managed that with the front wing damage, but he's slung it down the inside of the last corner of all places to take that. He's not leading the race now that Lemine and Dweller have picked.
Kian's coming out the pits now. Where is Dweller? Where is Dweller? Dweller is just going ahead now. Kian just comes out behind, so the gap remains similar. Lukey all over the back of the Force India. Here we are, the Force India on the inside to turn 2. The Ferrari on the outside. Are they going to give each other enough room? Lukey's a little bit wide. Yeah, so Lukey didn't get the kindest of room there on the outside, but just enough. Craig is now back on the back of Emphatic. Too many backs for one sentence. Lukey goes down the inside. What a move that is if he can pull that off.
Front wing damage, he hit Bookster, he did that. If I were him, I would give him back because I would not enjoy being the Bookster in that situation. And Lukey suffered front wing damage from that move. Speaking of which, Lamar has front wing damage as well.
So, yeah, you're exactly right. So, what will Lukey do? Surely he's going to come into the pits now, get that front wing repaired, and get a new set of boots. All these drivers are going to have to stop again. Do you reckon, Odems, for a new set of intermediate tyres?
Yeah, and Patrick and Craig both in.
So is Lukey, so is the Boogster. Here comes Dweller. LeMay now leads the race. We have Dweller in second place, Kian back now up to third, Emphatix is in fourth, Craig is in fifth, Boogster in sixth, Lukey in seventh, as he jumps the Boogster in the pits back again. So we've now got Razor in 8th position, so it looks like a bit of a race of two tails at the moment, Odems. You've got 8th all the way down, and the top 7 are just battling each other to their heart's content.
Yeah, there are huge gaps. Let me look at the leader. So the top 5 are about 20 seconds, under 20 seconds, and then after that it's just free for all. 10th place is 48 seconds off the lead. 11th place is 48 seconds off the lead. 12th place is last. So yeah, it really is a race of two halves. As I think, Dweller is just extending that gap to Kian, and he's looking very good in these conditions. In fact, I did not change his front wing damage, so he's gonna expect the Craig on the back of him once again.
Kian's, Kev is just letting these two through, so they're battling for 8th position. Razor, a veteran F1 TS Hub driver, and Jamie, who's thinking about retirement. He definitely looks to get some fight left in him in that Toro Rosso. What can he do? LeMay now comes into the pits. Where will this drop him? He's currently dropped now to 3rd. Emphatix is coming round the last corner on the main straight now. LeMay is just coming up to pit X here. This is going to be close between these guys. I think they're going to get him, Odems. I think they're going to get past. They've got a quicker turn 1 than LeMay does, so he comes out in 5th position on the quickest tyres. Lukey is in 6th now, ahead of the Boogster, and Craig is on the back of Emphatix again.
Yep. Round, 4 between these two?
Yeah, we're waiting for a knockout. Otherwise, we're going to have to maybe stop this one, Odems, because we only have 8 laps left, and I'm pretty sure everyone else wants to see a knockout. When I say knockout, I don't mean knock someone out of the race, by the way. I mean get past or do some more overtaking and defending, because these two look set to continue this battle for the final stint of this race. Lap 20 out of 36. He gets very close there, does Craig. Craig has front wing damage, I believe, Odems.
Yep, that's the slightest of taps. He gets front wing damage. Now he and Emphasis are in the same boat. And he's going to feel what Emphasis has felt for the majority of this race. And Lamine and Lukey, who also has front wing damage, are all going to possibly chase these two. Yeah, that's saying that Lamine is right there. Like, Lamine's only a second behind, under a second even.
Yeah, so under a second now. Well, this is going to be a thrilling end to this Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg. Round 9 out of 20. The Podium tier live at F1 TS Hub every Friday night. Odems, Christmas break is coming up. I don't really want it to stop if these sorts of races are anything to go by.
Yeah, this is a once in a lifetime race, because it's had literally everything, absolutely everything. I still don't know how it's going to end, because the upper 3rd place is still up, and there's about 4 drivers who have a chance. Well, I say 4, 3 drivers. This is quite away off the line, who's getting right into this as well. So yeah,
here comes Jamie.
It's still all up to play for.
He went down the inside into turn 2, Odems, whilst you were chatting about those top 5, but this is for 8th position. These two guys want these extra points. Razor is defending at the moment. Everyone on intermediates.
Craig, Craig, he hit the back of him, emphasis. He got such a better run, and yeah, and he hit the back of it again. Everything is breaking so early into these corners. This looks like wet.
Keen's left the session.
For the 3rd time. Keen must have had some sort of disconnection. He's at. Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Okay, well he's got 11 seconds behind to get back in this lobby so he can keep 2nd place. You have to say though, Dweller did have the pace on him. He currently leads. We are looking at the battle for 3rd position, which could become the battle for 2nd. Here comes Craig. What can the two Mercedes do? Emphatic goes defensive. Surely Craig needs to be careful of his teammate. Emphatic goes deep. Emphatic's going to lose both positions to the Mercedes here.
Yep. Never mind. It's snuck 3rd place. Oh.
Odems, amazing stuff. Lemine from 17th place on the grid, I believe, comes up to 3rd position. Emphatic is now down to 5th. At a matter of a corner, he lost 2 positions. Kian, meanwhile, is losing so much time. Is he back in yet? No, I'm seeing nothing. His car is still ghosting. We are on lap 30 out of 36. He's going to lose so much time if he can't get back into this lobby. I'm sure he is going out of his mind whilst he tries. But Craig and Lemaine, are these two going to battle, Odems?
It looks like it. Maybe like I don't know who has the worst of the front wing damage, or who is the quick. I honestly don't know who is the quickest. Besides Dweller, I don't know who is the quickest out of all these people on this track. Because it's such a topsy-turvy race. But yeah, it's all up to Craig to see if he can snatch that podium off of his teammate. He tried so hard to get that position off of Emphasis, only for Lemine to steal it off of him. And there's 2 seconds now between Lemine and Kian. You can see him in the distance. Oh,
Kian's got to get back in this lobby if he wants to keep that podium. Otherwise, it'll be the Mercedes who are going to snap up those podiums. Okay, Jamie's got a good run on Razor here. The gap is 0.3 of a second. They're heading down into turn 2. Razor defending the middle of the track. Jamie thinking about the inside. He's getting close in the braking zone. He's got to get a better exit than the McLaren driver. He doesn't seem to be able to do that. The main now takes 2nd place off of Kian, who is ghosting and not in this lobby. Extremely disappointing, but we did see the Williams driver lagging a little bit. He's rejoined. He needs to get back in his car in 4th position. So here he is. Is he back in? No, not yet. Here comes Emphatic about to take him for 5th. Can the Williams driver get back into his car? He needs to be careful where he does get back in. Emphatic goes through. Kian is down to 5th.
Ooh, we need to get back in quickly. We could have a proper scrap for that podium if he catches back up, but it looks like it's not to be. He's down to 5th place.
Yeah, started on pole position, of course. Disconnection from 2nd place. Yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Not too sure what they're for, but yeah, falling further down the order, I should say, Odems. And Jamie still on the back of Razor into turn 1 now. Razor gets a little bit slippery on the exit. What can the Toro Rosso driver do? He's definitely got the bit between his teeth. I can see a dive bomb before the end of this race, Odems.
Yep. Yeah. As the race goes on, he gets a bit more desperate. I think Kian might be having what I had in Baku, where I joined the session but I couldn't control my car. So I have to restart the game again. So he's just falling down further and further down. I think if he's not careful, Razor and Jamie will have him by the end of this race. It's all up to Jamie to see whether he can get Razor though, because he's been all over the back of him for so long.
Yeah, definitely. It's not easy to stay behind a driver in these conditions, Odems. The spray sometimes isn't the best, but at least you get to see when the car in front brakes, when they accelerate. You can possibly look for a different corner on track to take advantage, somewhere where maybe Razor is losing a little bit more time. Kian's joined. Can he get back into this Williams? He'll be pulling his hair out to see if he can get back in that car. He's currently in 7th position. He was in 2nd when he disconnected. He is still not back in. I wonder if he's restarted his game as you did last week, Odems, but the gaps seem to have settled other than these two who are chasing down that ghosting car. What can Jamie do? What can Razor do?
Yellow flags again. Doesn't seem to be anything.
Jamie's ghosting. I'm not too sure what's going on. Now he's back in his car. So Kev, meanwhile, is on the back of Spider Atlas, under a second.
Yeah, this race is not over in terms of that. Like, although Jamie has lost a bit of time from the back of Razor, I think he made a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, he did press pause for a couple corners there, so perhaps that's why he's dropped back. But here we are. Kev, you have to say, he's had such a great position in this race, and he just let it all slide away. We've seen that too many times, and he'll be absolutely kicking himself after a good quality performance and a good opening stint. But that's the way it goes sometimes. We've got Razor now on the back of Kian. Here he goes, about to take another position. Poor Kian. I do feel sorry for him, and you have to say, Techno Thriller will absolutely be thriving his luck. Either that, or he'll be sitting outside Kian's house with Ethernet cable in his hands.
Yep. It looks like Lamine, who was third when this race started, I think he might be leading the championship. If I'm correct, if I'm remembering the tables correctly. Kian just said in the chat it won't let him take control. So I think that's it for him. I think Jonas and probably Gazaman might get it if they're quick enough.
We are on lap 34 out of 36. We've still got penalties yet to come into this. But Lukey, meanwhile, is closing in on Emphatix. He's just about to get under a second. He is now under a second. So what has the defending champion got left in him? We know Emphatix is struggling with that wing, but Lukey also has wing damage. So let's see what happens here. Lap 35. Dweller has started. He's led this race since the rain pretty much after overtaking Kian. And you have to say, Adams, hugely dominant drive in this intermediate condition and on these tyres. He was really enjoying that tyre.
Yeah, definitely. Martin was keeping pace to Kian in the dry stint, where he just wasn't catching him. But once the interest came, he just took advantage of Kian's mistake. He left him for dead. He overtook him and he just flew off. And he's comfortably been the best driver. Not a mistake in him this entire race. He's comfortably been the best driver of the day, I believe. If we're taking into account sheer performance and speed.
Yep, you have to say.
I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, he is definitely going to be up there for the Drive of the Day vote live on Twitter tomorrow morning when they go up for both tiers. But Lukey is now half a second behind Emphatix. You have to say there's been some big gainers. Dweller's going to cross the line. We will just ride on board slightly with him. Here he goes. He's about to lap Greenfin. He doesn't care about that. He wins his first race at F1 TS Hub. Lemaine is in second. Let's quickly ride on board with Lukey. What can he do these final couples of corners? Is Emphatic going to be able to keep this? Is Kian? No, Kian's lost the position. He's now in 10th position. Lemaine finishes second.
I think we're on the last lap, are we?
I thought you said we were on the last lap.
I thought we were, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, well, there we are. We got one more. Just shows you how fatigued we are after this one. Lukey's going to have one more chance. I'm even more happy about I got that wrong, so we can watch 4th and 5th place battle. Talk us through it, Odems.
He's right behind him. I think this is the time to get desperate. No setting up moves, none of that. You just swing it down the inside. Will he do so? Nope. In fact, it breaks late enough. Maybe he will set the move up, but he's even closer after the second corner. When he gets the power down, he's so tight for fuel. He's so tight for fuel, he can't go into rhythmics. So I think in fact, if he keeps it clean, I think he'll be able to keep that 4th place. Ooh, Lukey at the back of him. Oh, Lukey at the back of him, and he's got a run on him. He might swing it down the inside here. In fact, he might have to go to the defensive. Will he do it? He will. In fact, he's holding on the outside. The books is watching this as well for fireworks. Dweller's won the race.
Lukey gets it, Dweller crosses the line, he wins. Lemaine is going to come across the line in second, so Odems, I'm glad the race didn't finish when it did. Nothing taken away from Emphatix, but what a move that was on the last lap by the champion. He showed everyone that he is here to retain his title, and 4th position he'll cross the line. Emphatix will cross the line in 5th, Bookster in 6th, Razor in 7th. I've seen a couple changes up there. Jamie in 8th, Jonas is currently in 9th position, just ahead of the lapped. Not lap, sorry, that's Kian. So Kian, is he going to lose out to Gaza? No, the gap's too big. So Razor 8th. Jonas is going to cross the line in 9th position. He's coming out of the last corner now. Kian, who unfortunately disconnected, he was having a great race, but yeah, he comes home in 10th. He's going to score up points, but he will lose this championship lead that he worked so hard for. Gaza, the last man to finish because 12th down, have been lapped just outside the points. Odems, we can have a breathe now.
That was the craziest race. That was probably the best race I think I've ever seen. I've never enjoyed this so much, a race so much. Everything happened. Had a spectacular drive by Guerra. We've had Luki stealing 4th place off Empatix in the final 2 corners. I think Luki gave him a bit of a tap though, I have to say, coming into the I think the second turn 3. So we'll see if anything develops there. But Guerra, great win from him.
The man on the top step for Austria, round 9 of the podium tier. Perhaps he's putting himself right in the championship hunt, scoring valuable points for his team today, the Sauber team. And then you've got 2 Mercedes drivers which are leading the Constructors' Championship, and it looks set that they will exit this race leading both championships. So Dweller did get a 3-second penalty, but he stays first. Lemain's second, Craig is third, the Bookster in 4th, Emphatic in 5th, Luki in 6th, so Luki dropped down because of penalties there. Jamie is in 7th, 8th is Razart, his teammate is in 9th, Kian just scores a point in 10th, 55 seconds, he lost 50 seconds in those last 8 laps, Odems. Gaza just finished outside the point in 11th, Spider Atlas, he was having such a good race, but he bottled it in 12th, same as Kev in 13th place, Green Finn had a quiet one in 14th, bad day for Haas, 14th and 15th for them, with Ols just behind. Then you have the Ferrari of Matt Your Daddy who DNF'd. You've also got the other Renault, which I believe was Stifler, who did battle for the lead of this race. And then you've got the Sauber, which I believe is Techno Thriller, another championship contender. So a few boys with penalties as well, it has to be said. Emphatic's got one as well. Luki dropped down a couple places, so Emphatic did finish top 5. The Booksters moved up ahead of both of them because of that, so he stole 4th place again, just at the last minute. So congratulations, well done to him. So Jamie in 7th place scores some good points for his team, with Tejwal not attending today's race. But Odems, I can't even sum that race up. There is no word to describe how much I enjoyed that race. And thank you so much to the guys driving and attending today. And that was just fantastic. Wow. Pinnacle tier, they've got something to live up to at 9 o'clock.
Oh, I don't think we'll be able to.
Well, there you have it. 9 o'clock. The Pinnacle boys will try and just match this if they can. Little bit of rain spices things up, and Dweller won this race on pace. He has taken his first win at F1 TS Hub. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to all the drivers who finished in the points today. And commiserations to those who weren't able to build their championship points up for themselves or their team. We are back next week with the podium tier for round 10. But for now, I will see you soon. I'm back at 9 o'clock, as I said, with the Pinnacle tier at 9 PM. And Odems, best of luck for yourself in today's race. And we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Make sure you subscribe and give us a follow on Twitter as well. www.f1tshub is where all the action's at. See you soon.